Hey guys, I'm here with Miss Nye, and today she's going to be reading you a story called
Tell Me Tree, a story by Gail Gibbons. Hope you like it.
Yes, and you're going to teach them all about those text features, right?
I'm going to try.
All right, let's go for it.
Let's do it.
These are nonfiction text features. They give us a visual clue to help organize information and figure out what's important to pay attention to as we read. Let's look at one of our reference books and pay attention to all the nonfiction text features included. This will help us understand the information being presented in an even more enjoyable way. Before we read through Gail Gibbons' reference book, titled Tell Me Tree, there's another important thing to know about nonfiction reference text. Readers can explore the pages of reference text in lots of different ways. Typically, when we read a story, we start at the beginning, but reference text, you can go straight to the information that you're looking for. That's why it's called a reference. For example, if you wanted to know the parts of the inside of a tree, you could go straight to this page, Inside a Tree. Or if you just wanted to know different types of trees, you could go to this section. It tells us all the different types of trees and their names. Okay, it's time to read the story.
Tell Me Tree by Gail Gibbons. Tell me, tree. Trees are woody plants. Their trunks, limbs, and branches are their stems.
This is a text feature. It's a diagram. Notice the diagram is labeled with the parts.
Tell me, tree. Some trees are small, no more than a few inches tall. Others are big, and still others are huge. Trees grow almost everywhere, except where it's extremely cold or dry or in places at high elevations.
More labels. You can see the names of the trees.
Different kinds of trees. Trees need light, moisture, soil, and space to grow. Different trees grow in different environments. Some like cold weather. Others grow where it's warm year round. Some trees like wet places. Others grow in dry climates.
This is a text feature. It's the title. We call that the heading.
Tell me, tree. All trees, even the biggest, begin their lives as seeds. These seeds come in lots of different shapes and sizes.
There's another heading. Seeds.
A seed sprouts when a small root begins to grow. As the root absorbs water and minerals, a tiny stem with just two small leaves begins to grow above the soil.
This text feature, do you remember what it's called? A diagram. Yes, a diagram has labels.
In time, the stem becomes hard enough to be called wood. Small branches begin to appear as buds that turn into tiny leaves. The hard, woody stem is called a tree trunk.
Notice these words, tree trunk and wood, have a different type of print. We call that italicized. Look for more different kind of print throughout the story.
Tell me, tree. A tree is covered by a hard layer of wood called bark. Bark protects trees from weather and insects and animals that attack them. Different kinds of trees have different kinds of bark, hard or soft, thick or thin.
Look at these three types of bark. Pin oak bark, white birch bark, white pine bark. I'm so glad the illustrator included these text features so we would know the different types.
Inside a tree, the next layer, the sapwood, is made up of tiny tubes that carry water and minerals called sap from the roots to the leaves. The center of the tree is called the heartwood, dead and solid sapwood that gives a tree its strength to stand.
This is a diagram of the inside of a tree. Notice that the diagram has labels. Let's see what this label says. Each ring of the tree represents 1 year in the life of a tree. Wow, we can count the rings and find out how old this tree is.
Roots. Roots grow from under the tree trunk down into the ground. Tiny root hairs at the tip of the roots take in water and minerals from the soil to help the tree grow.
This text feature we haven't seen before. It's called a close-up. It zooms in on the photograph or illustration to give the readers a better view of something important to the topic.
Roots anchor a tree in the ground and help hold it upright. Most trees have as many roots below the ground as they have branches above. Tell me, tree. These are about leaves. The leaves of a tree make food for the tree to grow. The leaves pull up water from the roots and breathe in a gas from the air called carbon dioxide. Inside the leaves is a substance called chlorophyll. Mhm. The chlorophyll in the leaves gathers energy from the sun. It mixes with the water and the carbon dioxide to create food for the tree called sugar. This process is called photosynthesis.
I know why this is italicized. Photosynthesis is an important word the author wants you to know.
Trees use food from their leaves to grow new wood, branches, twigs, buds, leaves, seeds, nuts, and fruit. The fruit of trees is often sweet from the sugar the leaves make. Trees need their food to stay alive and renew their growth.
Cherry tree, orange tree, apple tree, horse chestnut, crab apple.
When leaves make their food, they also make a gas called oxygen. The leaves release the oxygen into the air. People and animals need oxygen to breathe. Most of the oxygen in the air comes from trees. Tell me, tree. This is about evergreens. They're also called conifers. Although leaves come in many different shapes and sizes, there are only two different groups of trees: evergreen trees and broadleaf trees. Most evergreens have needles that are thin and scale-like. Because most evergreens keep their seeds inside cones, they are called conifers. These trees lose their needles or leaves a few times throughout the year.
I noticed this time of tree. I've had a Christmas tree like that before.
Broadleaf trees. Broadleaf trees have flatter, wider leaves. Many grow flowers and fruit and produce different kinds of seeds. Most broadleaf trees are deciduous. That means they lose their leaves in the autumn. Some leaves turn beautiful colors before they die and fall. In the spring, broadleaf trees grow new leaves. Tell me more. Identifying trees. You can identify a tree by looking at the shape of its leaves. Some leaves are smooth edged, some are rough edged, some are very big and broad, others are small and thin. And here are some different types. We have the black oak, weeping willow, the tamarack, a cottonwood, a Lombardy poplar, white birch.
There's a close-up. There's another one.
An elm, a sweet cherry, a red oak, a beech, a sugar maple,
That's a close-up of the bark.
a white pine, a pin oak, a canary palm, a black walnut. Tell me more, tree. Trees are used in many ways. They are harvested for their wood to build homes and to make furniture, crates, paper, pencils, thousands of things we use every day. We eat the nuts and fruit grown on trees too. Many animals and birds make their homes in trees. I hope you enjoyed our story today, and I hope you learned a lot of cool things about trees.
As we continue to explore and read nonfiction reference text, make sure that you pay attention to all the different text features that are included in the books you read. Bye, kids.
Bye!